Hey guys, welcome to Gardening Upbeat and I hope you are doing very well. So here you can see the most beautiful bougainvillea plant that I have ever grown. Honestly saying, I am so much happy that my plant is growing and blooming this way. That too from this stage. Please take a look at this clip. It was looking way too bad just few months back. I started working on the plant and now here is the result. I am going to disclose everything in this video, like what and when I did, so that you can replicate the same and get even better results than me or even better than the nursery or garden center. Let's take a look at everything step by step. First step, bougainvilleas are like wild plants, means they need more space to grow. So to get more flowers, it's always a good idea to use a bigger pot. Please try to use at least 14-inch pot. In my case, I have used a 16-inch wider and 16-inch deeper pot. In fact, the plant which I grew in 14 inches, they are also doing quite well. Initially, my plant was just in a 8-inch pot. Second step, we need to prune the plant and we can do hard pruning. You may be also wondering what is the best time to do all these things. Well, the best time to do everything is at the end of flowering season. I am from tropical climate and it's around end of April to May. Here I am pruning my plant and trying to give it a good shape. Third step, use a rich potting soil mix. I know that you have been hearing that we should not use rich soil mix for bougainvilleas, but that is not true in all cases. Take 60% normal garden soil and 40% vermicompost. In case your soil is not sandy type, please do it this way. 40% normal garden soil, 20% sand and rest 40% vermicompost. Fourth step, adding two components, and first one is 50 grams bone meal. Second component is 50 grams mustard cake powder. Please note that in few countries mustard cake powder is not used. So please check it whether you can use it or not. Here in my place we don't get any issues. You can also see that I have added both components at the bottom layer and the plant is not going to get them immediately. If you like, you can also add 2 teaspoons of P. P basically helps the plants to produce better root system. One important note, if you do all this, your plant may not bloom immediately. As we have provided much bigger pot, initially it's going to focus on growing. But trust me, you would be happy with the result after some days. Alright, done with everything. Next, it's time to water. After that, I would keep the plant in shade for next 2 to 3 days and then I would move the plant to the terrace. Let's see what we need to do and also the updates. This is an update after 85 days and here we are going to do the fifth important thing. I am going to do soft pruning again. Just going to cut the top growing part so that it produces more branches and doesn't grow like a vine. Plus this way I would be also able to maintain the shape of the plant. Regular pruning is important to keep them in shape and for more flowers. Let's wait for the result. It's the result after 9 months. The plant started to bloom from September onwards, just like I said you, and this is the footage from October. Not the final result, and here we need to do the fifth important thing. Today I am going to apply some more components so that it keeps blooming on regular basis. I have already shown this in one of my videos, so please let me take the clip from that one. The first component is 10 grams mustard cake powder, and instead of this you can use either blood meal or fish emulsion fertilizer. Please avoid using higher dose, especially at this time, or else it would focus more on growing instead of blooming. Second component is 25 grams bone meal. Instead of this, you can use rock phosphate. Third component is 25 grams neem cake powder. Fourth and fifth component is extremely important. The first one is flower booster. Basically, it contains potassium humate. The dose is around 2 grams for 1 pot. We can also mix this with water and apply directly in the soil. The second component is single superphosphate. The dose is around 2 to 3 grams. In case you are going to use this for the first time, please try to use even less amount. For example, 1/4 at the first time, and while applying the second time, you can apply 2 to 3 grams. Obviously, you are going to get one doubt here as you are able to see different pot. Please don't get any doubt. I have done the same thing for that plant but increase the dose to double as the size of the pot is 16 inch. So make sure to increase or decrease the dose depending on the size of the pot. As I have already recorded everything, I am just showing the same clip. So it's the final result after 10 months and it's the footage from November. I hope you are loving the end result. Anyway, I would really appreciate if you let me know your thought simply commenting below.
Hello everyone, my name is Melita Datta and today I'm with my father's plant and it's looking beautiful. You can see it all and there are little flowers. They are neon colored, so that means they are gorgeous. They are very rare, I think. I love them.
I also know that you have many questions in your mind, so let me answer them one by one. Should I keep doing the hard pruning on regular basis? No, and please stop doing hard pruning from August end. This way you are going to get lots of flowers from September, October onwards. But of course, feel free to trim the branches a bit after flowering, something like this. I did the same thing on this branch and as a result, it has produced more side branches and I can already see flowers on them. So you can do the soft pruning on regular basis so that your plant keeps producing more flowers. How many times to fertilize a plant? Applying 3 to 4 times a year is more than enough. Considering you do everything in April, next you can apply once in July, August and once again in October to November. This is what I did. In the month of July, I have applied the same whatever I had applied at the time of repotting, and I have shown what I did in October. How frequently we should water our Bougainvillea plants. During the active growth or during flowering, they actually need water on regular basis. So please keep the soil constantly moist. However, in winter, we can let the topsoil somewhat dry out before watering. As you love flowering plants, I believe you would also love to know the top 10 chrysanthemum flowering tips. For more info, please do check out my next video. So that's all about growing an impressive Bougainvillea plant and I hope you found this video useful. If you did, I would really appreciate if you give it a like, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you are new to gardening a bit. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy.